What's going on, everybody? This is Under the Arch Sports. I'm Eric Hobbs, and today it's time to talk about what in the heck we just saw on Saturday with Mizzou against Tennessee. Before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Sorry, I just saw another Tennessee receiver running down, scoring a touchdown. Got distracted. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of game it was for Missouri. The defense. You thought the defense, while they probably were going to look worse than they had at all at any point in the season to date, they got torched. And that's something nobody saw coming. 724 yards of offense given up. That's a school record for Tennessee. That's, pathetically enough, not quite a school record for yards allowed by Missouri defense. That would be the Norman Conquest when they gave up 750 yards to Oklahoma. Anyway, so what happened? I think you have to look at a couple of things. And the first bit is scheme. Tennessee is very good schematically. Josh Heupel is very good at drawing up plays that leave receivers open. That's the long and short of it. They showed the graphic during the game. Josh Heupel offenses are elite. Perennially. Even going back to when he was the offensive coordinator at Missouri. It was one of the best offenses in the country. So you have scheme that is just good and hard to defend. And the other thing is the tempo just took its toll on Missouri. At the start of the game, Missouri was defending the run pretty well. But in the second half, they got gashed on runs in between the tackles like I have not seen all season. Maybe something here or there, but Saturday against Tennessee was consistently. And I think tempo is a big part of that in terms of just being tired and the lack of the ability to substitute. Part of the reason that Missouri's been so good is they've got a lot of depth, particularly on the defensive line. That really hurt Missouri. And the other thing that the tempo does is, depending on how you adjust and how you go about play to play accounting for everybody, there are opportunities. And Tennessee found one where Jalen Hyatt literally just ducked behind the offensive line and then just ran a wheel route. Missouri literally did not see him when the play started, and he just ran free. And that was the play that really kind of turned the game into a, hey, wait a minute, Missouri's hanging around, into the route that it ended up being. To that point, Missouri was hanging, at least kind of, but after that, it was just a scrimmage. It was just stupid. The offense, hey, 24 points. They did nothing the last 20 minutes of the football game, and it was still one of the best games that we've seen out of Missouri offense all season. That should tell you everything you need to know. Brady Cook played maybe his best game, and it was, it was great by his standards. But when you compare his line to anybody else in the SEC, it's very pedestrian, and that's the problem. It's not fair to expect Brady Cook to put up 275, 300 yards in a game. He's just not capable of it. So that made this game kind of unrealistic to win from the get-go. One other adjustment that I saw, I've talked for weeks about Mitchell Walters, and Drinkwitz was seeing the same thing I was seeing. He was nowhere to be found after he had the injury to Noah Olgar against Kentucky, so he had to play. Well, Drink adjusted. Connor Wood moved into right guard, and Armand Membo, the freshman, he is now the right tackle. I don't think he's going to give that right tackle spot, for another 3 years, personally. So it worked-ish, I guess. You also saw Cody Schrader not getting all the carries. Nate Pete back in there. Elijah Young got a couple carries. This one seemed weird to me, where after the Nate Peat fumble against Vandy, he just completely disappeared. And that seemed like a knee-jerk reaction to me, where maybe the answer was, okay, Schrader is the feature back, and Nate Peat comes in to give him a blow. But we didn't see that. He just disappeared, which was, I always thought that was odd. But now it makes more sense. He's in there to give Schrader kind of a blow, one, maybe two carries, and then out. And I think he's fine doing that. Because Schrader, let's face it, is more effective at this point. Good to see Luther Burden getting involved. Love it, a little bit involved. But, I mean, by the time this game was getting out of hand, it's partially because Missouri couldn't keep up. And it's just not fair. Missouri executed for about 2.5 quarters as well as they possibly could offensively. And then they just kind of ran out of talent, ran out of gas. And that's going to happen when you have a unit that's just as trash as Missouri's offense is. So, frustrating, yes. Tough to blame the offense really at all. All right, they didn't keep up with Tennessee. Well, no one keeps up with Tennessee. And then the defense, yeah, they got shredded. I'm not that mad at them. How can you be? Missouri's defense has carried them through the first 9 games, and then in game 10, they get roughed up. I mean, yes, it was historically bad, but we knew they were going to get shredded to an extent anyway. So while it was historically bad, we knew something along these lines was coming. Not laying this at the defense's feet. I refuse to after the way they've performed the first 9 games. All in all, not really surprising the way this game went. I guess I'll comment on Josh Heupel scoring at the end. Was it kind of classless? It's a bit strong, but yeah. Was it unnecessary? Yeah. Could Heupel have just had his guys take a knee? Yeah. Did he choose to score a touchdown? No. Did Missouri have 11 guys out there trying to stop them and then fail to stop them? Yep. Is Tennessee fighting for a spot in the college football playoff? Yep. Is Tennessee and Heupel responding to Drinkwitz making random comments in the preseason about Tennessee vacating wins? Yep. Yeah, I bet you forgot about that part. Tennessee didn't forget about it, and I get a feeling that was a little bit of a shot at Drink. Just kind of, I'm not letting up, I'm running it up on you because of what you said. And, with Drink, that's something where Mizzou fans are going to have to live with it. He's going to say his things and do his media antics, and it's going to be hilarious. But coaches, they'll pay him back. And this was, I think, Heupel, as much as anything, just paying him back a little bit for running his mouth, which, whatever. Doesn't affect the outcome. Doesn't affect anything, really. That's all I've got for this video, guys. I mean, come on. We knew Missouri was probably going to get housed. I picked 44-9. David picked 45-17. So the margin, not all that far off for either one of us. That's all I've got, guys. Thanks for checking out this video. See you guys next time.